I never knew that Iceland had so many rich people. And how they're rich, they are rich. Well, one is. And the reason I know about him is because he's just joined the exodus of seriously rich people leaving the UK. Billionaire, well, billionaire from Iceland, but not the only. He was the first Icelandic person to become a billionaire.
Right.
Thor Bjorgolfsson is heading for Zurich with his company, Novator, where he'll be counting his money from now on.
Ouch.
The straw that broke the camel's back was the decision by the British government to scrap non-dom status, which allowed high wealth people like Rishi Sunak's wife not to pay tax on foreign money to the UK coffers. Bjorgolfsson said the number of rich people leaving the UK is real. It's not hype. His move away from the UK puts him into an ever-growing group over the last 10 years, where Britain has lost 12% of its uber-rich to the rest of the world. He mentioned that Nassef Suarez, co-owner of Aston Villa, he's gone and taken his piggy bank to Italy.
Well,
And wealthy brothers Ian and Richard Livingston have taken their £9 billion to Monaco. Björk said he had a meeting with ex-Prime Minister, British Prime Minister Keir Starmer, and he said what worried me is that the government kind of made a mistake and knew they made a mistake. Now, for our regular viewers, check on that podcast of politicians dropping a bollock,
yeah.
and you'll know what I'm on about.
Yes.
He's the ninth richest billionaire in the UK when he was in Britain, said that Britain has gone to hell. John Fredrickson, he relocated his shipping firm to the United Arab Emirates. He told E4 newspaper that Britain had become impossible. So as Gary Lineker is spouting off talking points about how rich people should be paying more, they are simply picking up sticks and flitting off to pastures green, leaving Lineker to shoulder the burden. Well, good luck with that one, Mr. Lineker.
Yeah. Stick to talking about football. Yeah. Or yeah. Stick to talking balls.
There you are.
Yeah. Stick to talking balls, not balls. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I actually still respect Gary Lineker for his footballing and he was a Tottenham player, etc., etc. But yeah. Um, can you respect him, someone for one thing and not something else? I don't know. Right. I'm okay. I seem to remember in the 80s this question as well, and the Conservative administration actually eased the tax burden on the wealthy, so that they would move back to England or not consider leaving the UK and not consider leaving. And that did include, yeah, Hollywood stars and everything else, and many did. Many celebrities, wealthy celebrities decided to move back to the UK. Some didn't leave in the first place. I mean, um, clever ones do tend to automatically find a way to have their money elsewhere anyway. Tax efficiency, yeah. I think we could call it, or good tax planning, as they call it in Brazil. Um, yeah, and it's always a question. Okay, pay your fair amount of tax. Um, what's sometimes overlooked as well. Now, I'm not saying that somebody who lives in the UK should not pay tax. Of course, they should. If you've got a house, you've got a place here, you pay whatever tax is required. Again, it's property, it's corporation tax, etc. Um, now, but these people do provide businesses and work where other people do go to. Yeah,
Just I've just quoted four businesses
yeah, yeah.
that they've up sticks and left.
I mean, what would be interesting to see if what type of businesses they had in the UK. whether it's pure investment, whether they've got physical places, hotels, up to factories where people work, or any other type of business, sporting. Well, you said one's got sporting concerns here. Okay, he's probably just got shares in it, but I mean, him paying his money into,
Co-owner.
yeah,
Co-owner.
yeah, yeah, Aston Villa. She's supported by Prince William, actually. Yeah, and I and again, these entities provide employment for people. Forget the world millionaire footballers. Yeah, all around it, you've got grounds people, groundsmen. You got and it is a business. Yeah, you've got
Yeah,
groundsmen.
yeah.
You've got the catering staff there, security or whatever else staff there. I mean, a business, a football ground, a football club. If you've read anyone that's actually owned one, I've read Alan Sugar's encounters when he owned Tottenham Hotspur. Headaches they believe they are proper businesses.
Mm.
Um, and I mean, this is why sometimes they won't buy the player that you dream of your club owning because yeah, they're not going to pay that amount of money. They've got to keep a business um, solvent. Um, yeah. Now, okay, you got to look at these people. Now, I'm not. You have to look at. I mean, if they're deliberately trying to avoid paying tax, that's wrong. The way they're spoken about is they don't actually pay any tax at all, which is incorrect. If they're operating a business in the UK, they would pay in corporation tax.
The law as it is, if you're a non-dom,
Yeah,
you can't. If you've been living in the UK as a resident in the
yeah,
last 10 years,
yeah.
and you come back to the UK, you can have 4 years of not paying any
Great,
tax
great. Yeah,
on money that you've earned outside of the UK.
yeah.
After that 4 years, any money that you've earned outside of the UK, you
Mm.
need to pay tax on.
So they're going to
And
get. Yeah,
that I think that's when they started to drop off.
yeah. I mean, I mean, I know people who have worked in the Middle East, gone back to the UK, and been hammered, absolutely hammered.
Yeah,
Yeah. Um, so that's when a lot of people do decide to up sticks and go. Um,
of
I mean,
course.
this is it. With the I believe the two countries in the world are the US and Ethiopia, where even if I know from people living in Brazil, we still have to pay taxes on money earned to the US. Yeah. So if they earn money
Yes,
in
yes,
Brazil,
yes.
they have to they have to they have to declare it. You and
Yeah.
me, we don't have to declare any earnings in Brazil to the British government
Uh,
unless we've got some some financial concerns in the UK above a threshold and everything else. But yeah, I mean, probably somebody will give me a detailed analysis of this, but I do know it roughly, but I'm not going to say too much. Um, but yes, and I do think it's right. People pay taxes if you live, if you belong to the club, you pay your dues. But heavily taxing wealthy people out of existence isn't the way. I think a lot of people who earn money will agree they should pay at least contribute to society. I know people can argue that maybe the tax thing is the tax system is unfair. Yeah, proportionally, that a guy who goes and sweeps the roads probably pays proportionally more tax than somebody who owns a chain of hotels or something. But again, that's a review. But sort of turning the wealthy upside down, shaking them until more money comes out of their pockets. I mean, you make it an easier environment for them to want to invest money in the
yeah,
UK. That's what you do. The thing is, we have a government with no imagination at all at the moment, who
yeah,
just see who do want to turn the capitalist society on its head and have some sort of dream socialist verging into communist utopia. Can somebody tell me where one of those actually exists anywhere in the world? Um, and they've not only been taxing the wealthy or going after the wealthy, they've been going after the road sweeper as well. We've had stealth taxis. The price
Yeah,
of your
I think that, yeah,
yeah,
the difference is that the uber rich can just up sticks and go, and
yeah,
the sweeper and the like
yeah,
can't afford to do that. So
yeah.
they're imprisoned
Mm,
by the system that the government has decided, and the people that can jump the fence
yeah,
got so much money that that and they make any shortfall in the UK in a thrice
yeah. I mean that.
somewhere else in the world.
Yeah, I mean, this is it.
Harm them.
Yeah, I mean, okay. As I said, the trick is to actually make the UK a good place to come and do business with, not just financial. Make it a good place to come and have your factory, a good place to come and have your um, catering or leisure industries, a good place to even have your sporting flings. Yeah.
Yeah,
And um, that's the way you do it. You create work. They keep talking about the technology sector. A lot. We've had the brain drain to the US. Why can't we have a have build up our technology? I mean, Formula One is a good example of this actually in the UK, as a lot of the Formula One companies are all based around the Midlands or Milton Keynes, etc. Um, but again, yeah, they could quite easily go and be based in the US or be based in Middle East or somewhere. Yeah.
if they did go, I imagine they could go quite quickly.
Well, yes, it's pack
It is
up
Formula One after all.
a well, just one after, yeah. Um, yeah, I mean, moving a business is a difficult decision to make. Um, and it's like I say, I mean, all the time you see the white papers or the proposals coming through. If anyone's on the government mailing list, you see, oh, proposal this week for minerals, proposal this week for technology, AI, proposal this week, and you read them, and it's, to be quite honest, there's no substance in any of it, and there's no mention of how they're going to deal with the money. Yeah, it's always, oh, we got the technical capabilities. Yeah. Um, but yeah, if people don't feel secure enough in the long term, not just the short term, in the long term, to put money into the UK. And when I'm talking long term, I'm not talking 5 years. I'm talking 20, 30 years. Um, and that's what we should be talking. I know they governments try and talk that. That is the problem we've got a little bit with, particularly at the moment with and again with Europe as well, the European Union. They don't really think beyond the next election, even the European Union. And they talk about long termism, but yeah, they've almost got their 5 year plans. You need to be planning like the Chinese. I mean, in full credit to the Chinese, they don't plan for 10 years, they plan in 50 years. Yeah. Um, and I mean, I'm not supporting China, obviously, and I mean, I'm amazed at China sometimes for the ideas and innovations they have. Um, but yeah, there is a slightly different way they operate their society, admittedly. Um, but yeah, you've got to do some long-term planning, make these people think, yeah, I want to be there. And how many chief executives officers go to the factory every day? They're not all Elon Musks, who probably is very hands-on in many ways. But yeah, if they're feeling intimidated, if they're feeling concerned, they're screaming at government ministers sometimes. What's wrong? Yeah. They're even going to the media and put it in the Times or the Telegraph or even the Guardian at times.
I got this from Bloomberg.
Well, Bloomberg is established, is a very, very good publication, actually. Yeah, I've learned a
Yeah, no.
lot. And you watch them on TV, the way they conduct themselves, um, it is excellent, in my opinion. And yeah, they go around the world and they do make comparisons in the Asia. This is what's happening compared with Europe.